Hello, friends. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a wonderful day. I had an idea for a art project. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to be very time consuming. For me, anyway. Hopefully you guys like this. This will be fun. We're going to use two different kinds of paper. I have this paper that I got from Michael's. It is in the children's section, Creatology. It's watercolor paper. It's thinner. I do like to have some thinner paper around because I do certain things that don't require a huge piece of really fantastic watercolor paper. Not that this is not fantastic, but, you know, I'm also going to be using one out of my Jumbo Artist Pad by Be Inspired and Mixed Media Art Studio. Better quality. I love this stuff. This stuff is awesome. I don't care what it's supposed to be for. It is fantastic to watercolor on. And I really like it. I play with that more than I do anything lately. Anyhow, so I have the B paper and I have the other watercolor paper. And what I'm thinking is we're going to make some colored papers and then we're going to make an artwork out of the colored papers. And of course, I did not bring myself any water other than my squirt bottle. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to be using some paints that I was gifted. These are Artist Loft. They are actually really amazing and you get so many colors. So I was gifted this set. It even has all of the metallics in it. And I've been very impressed with it so far. Even the white is quite nice. I mean, I'm never impressed with white watercolor paper. Or, excuse me, white watercolor paint. But I have been quite impressed with this white watercolor. And I'm just going to use that. Because this is going to be an experiment. And I don't know which paper I want to use, so I'm going to use both. And I'm going to do half and half of what I'm doing here of the colors. I've chosen a dark red. I've seen people do stuff like this with other watercolors and watercolor papers. So, actually, what I've actually seen is people using like pretty papers that they have purchased, which is all wonderful and fantastic. That's fine. You can use regular paper doing this if you want to, or you can make your own. You can. I'm going to go about halfway with this, and I'm going to make a mixture of pink and red because I'm not sure what I want yet. I may mix them here in a second. But I have, I got new sheets. That's where my thought process came from, because I got new sheets and they are a deep dark gray. And I absolutely love them. I think they're just so beautiful. But my comforter is a very dark red. And so I was like, dude, that's what I want to do. I mean, everybody uses watercolor and makes it all so soft and pastel-y. And I don't. I like my colors bold. So I'm going to see what this looks like if I do it all together. We're going to add a little bit of this purpley over here. Are we recording? Yes, we are. Okay, and I may shut up and start doing this a lot faster, and I'm just going to do dark gray on this side and keep the reddies over here and do the other paper too. And so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we're going to let these dry for a few minutes and then I'll be back. Hello. Okay, so they're pretty dry now, and the next step in this will be, sorry about the noise, to cut them up. So this is something that a lot of people are doing right now. It's called a collage and tiles. I'm like, I heard somebody say it the other day. They said it weird, and that stuck in my head. So, collage and tiles. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. But instead of taking someone else's paper and making a collage out of other people's paper, I had a wild idea to do it myself. So I'm going to cut these up in squares of different sizes, and I'll be back. Okay, so now that I'm looking at these, I'm really liking what I see. And I'm just going to kind of look at them and decide, is there anything that I want to cut off now? Anything that I like? Any of these that I want to make into a focal point? Something that we want to put at a good spot in our picture to where people will, their eye will be drawn to it? Or do we just want to just have the lovely little tiles that we made? So we got some little tiles, we got medium-sized tiles, and we got really big tiles. And I like this idea. I think this is going to be really, really cool. I've been like, my mind has been going 100 miles an hour today, and I haven't been able to sit down and do this because we've been busy and we've been out, and yeah. So when you have something in your mind and you just are like, dude, I have to do this, and then you just can't get to a place where you can. Okay, well, now everybody's busy, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go and try to start my video, and we'll see. We'll just see how far I get. So some of these could be ripped. You could rip it. You don't have to cut them all. And I'm just kind of divvying them out a little bit. It doesn't have to be set to 2 colors. Like you saw, I used 2 completely different reds for this. And I used Payne's Gray for most of this. And looking at that, I'm like, I can't even believe that my new sheets are Payne's Gray. Because that's like the color they are. So cool. Anyhow, Payne's Gray is like, it's like this. So then I added a little bit of black in with the Payne's Gray. And I just think these are just too cool for school. I just love it. But I was thinking, I got I got a new Sharpie the other day. This is a Sharpie roller. I don't know if you guys have seen these yet or not, but these are kind of cool. Just so you know, if you're doing this, they do bleed a little bit. So if you're going to make something and hit it with water afterwards, be careful. Or just know that it's going to bleed a little bit. I did figure out Sharpie, original Sharpies, the original, those don't bleed. It's pretty much the only Sharpie that doesn't bleed a little bit. Doesn't bother me. I don't mind the bleeding. I think it's pretty cool. So I thought maybe we'd just doodle on a couple of these, like see how it looks. Oh, that's kind of nice. Make a flower. And then we'll just give it a little whoop-de-doo. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Have a cute little flower. Maybe this one could have a stem of some sort, like a tree. And you could just make leaves on it. You know, just something cool. They don't need anything. I don't even know if I'll use these. We'll see. But doodling is fun and relaxing, and yeah. So you could doodle on these ones too. You could doodle something on these like, I don't know. Maybe like half of a those look like teeth. This is what happens when you're just kind of tired. Kind of tired. No, I don't like that one at all. Let's throw that away. We have so many. Why are we playing around with one that I don't like at all? I don't like it. And see, it just happens. Sometimes you do something and you're like, I really hate that. That's awful, horrible, hideous. You can just do shapes. Like, why not? Like, do some funky shapes. Just whatever makes your heart think, oh my goodness, I love that, you know? This is going to be Leaning Tower of Rocks, I guess. Doesn't have to be rocks. It can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe it's just shapes. Maybe you just take one of these little ones and you just dot. Maybe you don't do any of this. Okay, so anywho, hold on one second. Okay, so now you need a piece of watercolor paper that is thicker. This is the Graduate watercolor paper. I love this stuff too. It's like, it really works well, but we're not going to use it for watercolor today. Today we're going to use it for a base. For something just like a base for this. And instead of playing around with it, I'm just going to start right off the bat with some glue, and then we'll see what happens, because that's what I can do. So that's another reason why I wanted these to be thinner, so that they're not so thick. You can put them wherever your little heart desires. You can start with all reds. You can start with some red and some gray, Payne's gray, whatever. You can do whatever you want to do. I like that one. I don't know why I like that one so much, but it's probably because it has both the colors on it, and it's really cool. And if you decide you want to overlap some of these, that's fine. This is playtime, man. This is fun. And the glue will hold it down. It's just going to be cranky for a minute while it's getting going here. Let's do this one. And I'm pretty liberal with my use of the glue, because I use a lot of glue on there, and just keep the glue just a-flowing, man, just a-flowing. And you may cover up some of these completely, and you may not. You may love them to pieces. You may be like, I'm so glad I used glue so I could shove that white part under there, you know? you may put down 2 or 3 of these and be like, I'm done. This is fun. We're finished. Finito. I like that one. I think I am going to put this one on here. And just because you put them on here doesn't mean you have to be finished with it. You can easily come back and put more marks and such on it afterwards. I'm going to add some more glue onto this one because this one just seems to be being cantankerous with me right here. Okay. So far I'm thinking this is absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's try this little one. I like it. Where shall we put it? Right there. And then I'm just going to keep on doing this. I'm going to kind of round them a little bit and see where it takes us. Because, like I said, I thought these two colors, I mean, pink and gray go very lovely together. So a red and dark gray, why not? Why would it not go together, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's look at the red ones a minute. Oh, that's a nice one. This one is cool. Even though it's not quite straight, I don't mind and I don't care. I like that unevenness. And if I had thought about it ahead of time, I probably would have taken some of them and ripped them, because I like that too. Okay, I like this little one. Let's see. You don't have enough glue. You could do this on a canvas. You could do this on anything. I think I'm going to put this one right here to hide that glue a little bit. But you'll be surprised how fast the glue sets. And then you can't move it anymore and you're done. You're finished. Finito, man. It's over. Do you like to use glue in your projects, or do you like to use like a glue stick? What is your glue preference? I have a ton of glue sticks. A ton of them, I tell you. But I just don't enjoy using them, like, at all. They bother me, and I don't know why. I just don't enjoy them. I don't think they stick very well. It's one thing. Let's do that one right there. I whispered that. Did you hear me? Let's do that one right there. So far, I think this is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous, man. Gorgeous. Let's see. I need some really red. Maybe this way. Ooh, my crazy looking sunflower, sunshine, whatever is attacking because it's very angry. It's not going to be a part of this. There. Oh my goodness. What do you think? What do you think? I would love to hear what you think about this. I think so far I'm loving it. Yeah. Looks like that's coming out of a pot almost, right? Like it's in a flower pot like that. Oh! Hot diggity. I'm just loving this. This is so cool. Maybe right there. Wish you guys could talk to me. I wish you could talk to me. And you can layer up as much as you want. You could put every last one of these on there if you wanted. All of them. Why not? You can. Why not? You know what? I'm going to cut this one down into a strip. And maybe have it just like, oh yeah. I love this. I love the idea of making my own stuff out of stuff I've already got and not buying anything else. I already have watercolor paper. You could do this with lost my brain. What is it called? You could do this with computer paper, printer paper, whatever the kids are calling it these days. You could do it with that if you wanted, because you can watercolor on pretty much anything. You know, it may not be the most fantastic thing you ever saw, but on the other hand, it might. I really am just loving this. Let's see. I think something needs to be here on the other side of this just to make it pop a little harder. And I'm not quite sure what. Let's see if we can just cut. No. Maybe cut off a little on this side, maybe. If we put it underneath it. It does stick pretty fast, and then suddenly it's stuck, and you're like, dude, I thought of something that should go there, and now it's stuck. Okay, while it's there, let's put some glue underneath. Oh, my glue decided it don't want to come out anymore. It's like, I'm done. I'm ready for night-nights. That was kind of sassy. Look at that. It just kind of, I shouldn't have done it that way. I shouldn't have done it that way. I shouldn't have. Should have not. Now, what if I want to do something there later and then it's like gooey gluey? Okay. What do you think so far? Wow. I think that's really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. Uh-huh. I think that one needs to go there. And I don't care how many of these I have to put on here. Do you see how easy this is? You're just making some colors. You could get the Crayola set of colors. You don't have to have anything fancy. The set that I used, it's not expensive. They're great colors. They're fantastic. Literally awesome. But it's not like, it's like a very expensive set. And you could get a smaller set if you'd rather. Or maybe your kids want to do this. I mean, I don't set these videos for kids, but I don't think I would say kids shouldn't watch my videos, because I think they should. I mean, I've been a daycare provider and a mom, and now I'm a grandma. So it's not like I'm gonna teach them something weird. It's art, man. It's art. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, wait a minute. What about this one? Da, 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 da. Boo! Oh, there's so much gray right here. Maybe we should put one right there. What is about it? What about it? Do. Feels like something needs to be here. I just can't tell. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's do that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my stars. Come on. Come on. Come out. Come out. Come out. Where we are. Well, Mr. Glue. Oh, shoot. That was silly. I think I like that way. I'm going for it. Oh my stars. That's only the bad thing about glue. It goes into hiding when you put it down. Yep. Right there. How does it look in the camera? I'm always sitting down. What do you think? Oh my stars, I love it. Okay, so this is gonna have to dry, so I'll be back, okay? See you in like 2.2 seconds. Well, hello. Good morning, my friends. It is the next day. I wanted to make sure everything was very, very dry and looking good before we start this project today. And it is extremely cold here, so I am all bundled up. Spring in the upper Michigan area is very cold. So I put a bunch of weight on this, and this book is not only awesome, it has a very hard board on the back, which is fantastic and nice to use for all kinds of stuff. But I haven't looked at this yet. Put plastic on it in case of any glue spillage so it doesn't stick to my book. But looking at that, I'm thinking, holy cow. That is very nice. Super duper awesome. Look at that. I absolutely love it. I love it just like that. But I have some ideas to give it just a little more depth, and we're going to do that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went to my Derwent Ink Tints pencils. I should say that a little bit better. Derwent Ink Tints pencils. Yeah, these are the bomb. I love these things. And I also got out my Velvet Touch Princeton number 2 round. I want something very small. These are pigment pencils. These are not watercolor pencils, although they are used for watercolor, and I use them for watercolor, and most everyone uses them for watercolor, and they can be people think that they, that's what they advertise, is that they're a good watercolor pencil. People buy them for watercolor. Excuse me. But they are a ink or pigment pencil. They're really awesome. So I got some different ones here, and I don't know which ones are going to go good with this. So we're going to try a few. I couldn't find my favorite one, and I don't know how in the world I'm going to get by without trying my favorite Derwent Ink Tints pencil. It is called Bark, and let me look over here really quick. I may have stuck it in a different place. Usually I have extra ones. There you are. There you are. Ha ha. It's hiding behind something else. Okay, so I have a couple extra ones. I'm sure there's one in here. I just can't find it. There's so many pencils. And it's fantastic. But there's so many in here. And the one in here probably hasn't been used and abused. Dark chocolate, we might try that one. No, I don't think dark chocolate's going to do us any favors. But I have this one, so we'll try this one. Is that it? Dark purple, deep purple. So many fabulous colors in here. I tell you what, it's like amazing. I love, and I don't use these near enough, and I really should use them more. I'll find it later. Anyhow, okay, so what I thought was I would try each one of these on here on just a little scratch sheet. See, I love that. And then we're going to also get it a little wet, just a little, just to see. Now see, that does not go with this at all because this is more grayish, Payne's gray. And that's fine. So we don't need my favorite one. Bark is my favorite. We don't need bark. Okay, we have neutral gray. We'll see what that does. Well, that's nice. That's kind of nice. We'll save that one out for a minute. Ink black. I mean, I'm telling you what, these are just, look at that. Oh, so nice. I like that one too. I really do. Okay, I like that one. We'll keep that one out for a minute. And this one is Chinese ink. Oh, that's pretty. Such nice colors, don't you think? We'll keep that one out for a minute. This one is Payne's Gray, which is the one I was thinking it was probably going to end up being. Because I'm just looking for something to... Oh my goodness. That is very bluish though. That is... Even though I used Payne's Gray on this, Payne's Gray is different everywhere. I'm going to put that one up here. Just for grins and giggles. Charcoal gray. That almost looks green. I'm not thinking that's the one. I'm going to put that off to the side. And then we have two more. Indian ink. And, oh, that's way too brown. Way brown. We don't want that one. And the only other one that I thought possible was red violet, which I really, as I'm looking at this, I'm like, no. Nope, that's too pinky. Okay, so I'm thinking, which ones do we do? This was the last one. Red violet is a no. Chinese ink. Indian ink black. Or neutral gray. I'm thinking, was this the neutral gray? Yeah, I'm thinking neutral gray. Yep, I'm thinking neutral gray. Okay. I'm just going to move this over out of our way and make sure we're recording because we are. And then I'm just going to go around some of these little squares and give it a little all that does is just make it pop a little more. And if you tell me, oh, Danielle, I cannot do that. I am not an artist. Did you see what I did? Have you watched the video? Because literally, we didn't do anything. We played with some watercolor on some really inexpensive thin paper. And And what else do we do? We took some, you could take scissors. I took a cutting tool and we cut them into squares. And then we glued them on, and I drew a twig. Anybody can do this. If you think you want to try to art it up, you can. Art is something that makes you relax and be calm. That's all. That is all. It has nothing to do with being an super fantastic, oh my goodness, artist. It is just relaxing with pretty much pen and paper or whatever your art thing is. Maybe you like those little tubes of paint that you buy at the Walmart or wherever. Those are fantastic as well. I have a ton of them. I use them for all kinds of stuff. Maybe we should do a whole little bit on those. Yes, some of them are better than others, but they're all fantastic. And you can take these straight from the pencil. Yes, they're a little expensive, but man, are they worth it. And okay, so with this, you have watercolor, whether you use watercolor from Crayola or whatever you use. It will reactivate, so be careful. You can just go right over all of these. You can do this over, like, with every single one of these squares. All of them. But you're going to screw up your watercolor. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, I had to say goodbye to my honey. He has to go do some stuff. But like I'm saying, this is like super duper easy. Just with a very damp little paintbrush, very tiny little wet paintbrush. Not wet, but just kind of barely damp. So yeah, you can do this. You can do all day long. You can do all of that. You can do, if you want, you could do all these, but it could mess up your art. It might make it better. You might be like, dude, I love it. I messed it all up and I love it. There's a lot of fancy artists out there that are selling a lot of stuff that you can use to make art with. And I absolutely think that's amazing. But I just like to make my own. Let's see. Yeah, I'm liking this. Seriously, I hope you guys can hear the birds outside because they are just enjoying that spring is finally here and they're all back. They're all like, dude, you guys had snow forever. Well, not really this year. We didn't have snow forever. We had coldness, snow in spurts. Yeah. What do you think? I would love to hear what you think. This is super duper fun, relaxing, easy. I told you I was going to have trouble right here because of that glue, and I am, but it's fine. Oh, I got a lot of water on that one. But yeah, I think that's fantastic. You could easily just take the pencil and go around some of these other squares as well. But this is my thought on this art project. If you wanted to make it something that was where you could write on all these without messing it up, clear gesso. If you get some clear gesso, that would take care of all of that. And you could do whatever you want to after they dry with the glue. You could do whatever your little heart desires, because the gesso pretty much fixes. It's like a fixative, and once it dries, you can, I mean, depending on which gesso you have, there's some of them that will still mess up, and that's fine. Depends on what you're looking for. But yeah, you can find yourself a good clear gesso. They're not easy to find. I have 2. I'm not using them right now, so I'm not gonna go pull them out, but yeah, you could definitely do that. Okay, what do you think? I think that is pretty gorgeous, if I do say so myself. And the shadows just make it little, like there's just like a pop behind it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I think it's pretty good. I think it's awesome. I love it. And I have other ideas, so we're going to have some more videos coming out pretty quick here. Hope you're having a great day. Hopefully everything in your world is coming up roses, because we'll have roses soon, hopefully, around here. But yeah, have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Send this video on to a friend, and I will see you in the next video. So much love and peace to you all, and you have a blessed day. God bless every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello. If you didn't wait till the end of the video, you're going to miss out, because I know I'm back. But when you're going to do something, if you're going to do it, you should do it right. Right? Right. So I'll just put this here so you can see what I've done, because it shows up better on white. As I was looking at this and putting my video together, I was like, you know what? There is something missing. So then I started with the Sharpie roller, and I just went around each one of the red tiles. And as I was doing that, I had also taken the Sharpie marker, permanent marker, and went around the edges, and I loved it so much. And then I thought, no, I really want every one of the tiles to be outlined. I just think it looks so crisp and clean and beautiful. So yeah, that's what I did. And it's nothing more than just taking whatever pen, marker, whatever that you like. I just noticed that this one is kind of not there. And just going around. Yes, I messed up. I messed up in a couple of places. So it's okay. It doesn't make it rotten. It doesn't make it messed up. It just is a hand made art work. I also put some white metallic around the edges, because it just seemed like it needed something. That was my process. I'm like, what in the world? I need something. And this is the Artist Loft white metallic. And I blended it out more with that, the Derwent pencils that we had used. Yeah, so I blended that out more. I did a little bit of the metallic in the middles, a little bit of metallic around the edges. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, now it's done. It's finished. I love it. This is fantastic. I'm probably going to have to go and redo the whole video and just delete what I got because I think it's just nice. I think it looks good. And you can make some of these lines thicker. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you think. If you're doing this and you think, oh my goodness, that needs a little bit of something more right there, you know, then you just do it. Because this is yours. And yes, this would make a lovely gift for anyone. I mean, this is, to me, this is beautiful. This is gorgeous. And so you could make this, give it for a Mother's Day present. You could put a little Happy Mother's Day on it. You could, if it gets warpy, like mine is a little warpy, you can take and spray the back of it with a little water and put it under some encyclopedias, if you remember what those are. Put it under a few big books and then let it just sit for a day or two, and it will, I promise you, it'll flatten out, because the big books, I have so many of them under my desk, and I flatten out artwork, I press flowers, whatever. So yeah, I would love to see what you come up with. I want to see you try this. I think this is fantastic. Yes, and you could round all the edges. You can keep them sharp. You can, whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever floats your boat. I think this is fantastic. I was a little worried about it while I was sitting here looking at it, and I thought, you know what? It needs something. I just don't know what. But see, that's the process. That's the thing. You can walk away from artwork for a few days even. Come back and be like, I know what it is. I know exactly what it needs now. Or maybe you're doing something to something else and you're like, holy cow, that is what I need to do. It just gives you that aha moment where you're like, dude, I figured it out. I know what that artwork needs that I did 2 years ago. I'm serious, I have actually done it. So, again, I'm going to say goodbye. And I'm going to tell you, I am extremely happy about this. I am so happy. I think it looks so good now. I may still play with it for a while. Who knows? But, yeah, you got to know when to stop, too. So that's important. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every one of you watching my videos. I'm so glad you're watching. I'm thankful. I don't care how far this YouTube channel goes. I really don't. This is therapeutic for me. And I am going to keep on putting out videos. If somebody watches, I'm fantastically happy. If nobody watches, it's okay. Because this is for me. This is my therapy. This is the thing that makes me do an art piece and keep on it until it's finished. So, I will leave you at that. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.